Hi everybody, it's Yvonne DiVita from BlogPaws, and today my special guest is Katie Myers. Katie is local to the Colorado area, and Katie and I have become good friends in addition to being colleagues and people in the professional arena of taking care of clients. I would love Katie to tell you a little more about her and CR Conversations, which is her company, and then we're going to talk about how excited I am that she's coming to BlogPaws. Katie, tell us more about CR Conversations.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Yvonne. I am just absolutely thrilled. So as you said, I am a Colorado native, and I am very proud of that fact and have built my company. My company will turn 3 years old on May 1st, so we're just right around the corner from that. And what I've built this company on is truly ending the feeling of having transactions with customers and building long-lasting relationships. Because I know that everybody wants to have long relationships with their customers, and we refer to it as the dog loyal type of customers that everybody wants to have. But what we find is that we're always looking for the next person. We have so many things that we have to juggle and do. So what we've done at CR Conversations is, as the CEO, I've created strategies not only to help you with your follow-up, so whether you're attending a conference such as BlogPaws, or just out networking or being introduced to people, or they're meeting them through your site. It doesn't matter where you're finding them, but we help you from the absolute beginning to start building a relationship through our proven 8-touch follow-up strategy, all the way then through having an annual communication plan. This all falls under the program we created called the Conversation Life Cycle. So we're thrilled to help entrepreneurs and small business owners stay connected and have excellent follow-up, follow-through, and customer retention.
Yeah, and Katie, when you spoke at the last Polka Dot Powerhouse meeting that I was at, one of the things that you said was really, really powerful that I think will benefit the folks at BlogPaws, both on the business side and the blogger side, and it was where you said ask people how they would like to be contacted.
Yes.
We just assume. So I prefer email, and so I constantly use it, but I've never, until I heard you say that, I never thought, well, gee, maybe my client or my interview wants me to call them. So that is so powerful. I mean, how did you figure that out?
Definitely a lot of trial and error on my own part. My background is I was in the insurance industry for 6 years, and 3 of those years I was traveling from Colorado to Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska. Beautiful drives, let me tell you. But what I found out was that if I was going to drive 9.5 hours, I wanted to make sure that the person that was there was ready to be there. So I got really, really good at asking, what's the best way for me to contact you, either when I get into your city or when I get into your neck of the woods, just really making sure that I ask them, because I personally, I'm a phone call person, and I was making a lot of assumptions as well, Yvonne, and saying, well, why won't people just answer their phone? Well, there's a good chance that they're not phone people, especially nowadays. So we have to accommodate, and you look pretty stellar when you ask somebody how they best communicate, because it sure makes them feel like they're heard and that they matter.
Yes, exactly. So at BlogPaws, I'm excited that you're going to be there, and you're doing a number of things with us, but one of them is a one-on-one session.
Yes.
That will be Saturday afternoon. I think it's 2:30 to 4, and it's one-on-ones are where people sign up, so you'll have 10 minutes with each person. And I'm excited that you're going to be able to talk to the bloggers and help them understand what it means to not only ask how people want to be connected, but to follow the wonderful process you have. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So what's really great about the process that I've created is that it is applicable to everyone everywhere. And so as I mentioned before, it doesn't matter if it's you just attending a conference, or if you're networking, or you're just getting connected with people in your community. But it's specifically what I think will be a common question that I get at BlogPaws during these one-on-one sessions is how to get the most out of attending a conference.
Yeah.
You're going to meet lots of people and lots of animals and all kinds of different connections that you're going to make, and you're going to want to continue those relationships. So what I will be answering the questions of and kind of helping you through will be taking the steps. So not only, okay, when do I call? When do I email? When should I, what should I do to start the communication? But what's the appropriate timeline, as well as what the heck do you say?
Yeah.
You don't want to just be jumping down their throat, right? About, oh my gosh, it's so great to meet you. We don't want the overexcited type of characteristic, but you want to still provide them some value, but really start building a relationship. So those would be some of the things that I will very happily tackle and share with the people that participate in the one-on-ones.
Excellent, excellent. Excuse me. I do know that we do at BlogPaws, we try and help the bloggers and the brands understand the concept of relationship building.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't really think that they do. I think that we tend as individual people to get too much into ourselves and not look outward and do the kinds of things you're talking about here. So I often see the bloggers who say, hey, they'll go home and write a blog post, mm-hmm. and they'll be so happy and they'll be so excited, and then nothing happens for them.
Yep.
And so, yeah, your 8-step process is going to really rock BlogPaws this year, because between the small business owners who are just fabulous, and some of the bloggers consider themselves a small business,
sure.
Having a process, and what you said a few minutes ago, knowing what to say, I think that's so, when we first met and you talked about that and you showed me what you do, it just, the light bulb went on in my head, and I said, this is good for everybody, as you said. It doesn't just have to be that. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're coming. I'm excited that you get to see some of what goes on at BlogPaws. And so now, leading up to BlogPaws, tell us what your pet project is today.
Well, I will tell you about my pet project, and I'll also tell you something super exciting that happened to us just over this past weekend. We very sadly had to say goodbye to our dear Daphne. She was our Shar-Pei. She was our very first dog. And we got to the point, when I say we, this is Henry and I, my boyfriend and I, we got to the point where we said, the house is too lonely, and there is a puppy out there that is just waiting to be a part of this family. So this past weekend, we went and adopted. His name is Theodore. Theodore Prince, actually. And Theodore, he's quite a mutt. He goes to the vet later this week, so hopefully we'll find out exactly what he is. But so that actually really sparked a true project for my business, actually. What will be coming out over the next few weeks is I'm writing an ebook, just a short, probably 5 to 10 page book, that is about what you can learn from dogs, cocktail bars, and being a Colorado native about how to run your business. Yes. So that will be available from our website. It'll be a free ebook. It'll be an opt-in. So it'll definitely be something that's available, once we get to BlogPaws and people can see that. But I truly believe that there's so much that we can learn from our furry friends. Not only just how to, live phenomenal lives, but there truly are some characteristics that they can teach us about how to be better business owners as well.
I can't wait. So you just let us know, and we'll make sure that's out there. We have a couple folks doing ebooks, and we have some authors coming, mostly from, I think, cat writers, as we have cat writers as part of BlogPaws this year. Yeah. So it's going to be fabulous. And Katie, I think you make up a big part of that fabulous. Thank you today for being part of the BlogPaws interviews.
Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne. I cannot wait, and I can't wait to see everybody at BlogPaws.
Cool. See you in June.
All right. Sounds good.